Good morning, members of the media or for the state. As Kenya, we are once again extremely proud to welcome to Nairobi delegates from the United Nations member states to the 6th session of the United Nations Environment Assembly, UNEA-6, which will be running from the 26th to the 1st of March under the theme of effective, inclusive, and sustainable multilateral action to tackle climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. It is a privilege for Kenya to host UNEA every 2 years in Nairobi by virtue of our country being the global headquarters for the United Nations Environment Program. Kenya, on its part, continues to live up to its high international ranking as the environment capital of the world by being a trailblazer in climate action. We are all aware that last year we did successfully host the first ever Africa Climate Summit, held alongside the Climate Week, where we had an outcome in the form of a call to action, popularly dubbed as the Nairobi Declaration, which has since become a blueprint where we are carrying Africa's climate action aspirations and has become the main reference document at various fora, including the recently concluded COP28. The core of the Nairobi Declaration is Africa's resolve to pursue green growth by leveraging her immense climate action potential in sectors such as renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, critical minerals, blue economy, among others. As we integrate these aspirations as a country, we are focusing, and I just want to highlight what we are doing as a country, even as we host this very significant forum of UNEA-6. We are focusing on reviewing our regulations, our laws, our strategies and programs. An example of which is that last year we successfully amended our Climate Change Act to provide for a more progressive and robust carbon markets framework. Last week, we just finished a public participation meeting, and we are at the tail end of finalizing our regulations to back our Climate Change Act. We are reviewing our Environmental Management and Coordination Act. We have just set up the designated national authority, putting in place structures for the carbon markets registries. We are working on our Forest Management and Coordination Act, again, to ensure that we capitalize on our nature-based solutions to the climate crisis action that we need to see. We are accelerating the transformation of our linear waste management system into a circular economy, and among a raft of activities that we are working on is to set up demonstration material recovery facilities across the country in order to make this big leap from linear waste management to circularity. As a result, we will hold a side event during the UNEA-6 around circularity. Again, it is a moment for us as a country to focus, as we host UNEA-6, on how sharp and focused our own environmental challenges, which have been highlighted by my sister here. Kenya has borne the brunt of the effects of the droughts, the cyclic floods, and a number of climate crises that we really have to tighten up our belts and step up in making sure that our bottom-up economic transformation agenda is making specific responses to the need for us to tackle head-on the climate and environmental crisis that we face. One of our biggest programs, as is known the world over, is our ecosystem restoration program, and we will be keenly looking to participate and negotiate to make sure that the resolutions that we see coming out of UNEA-6 will really capitalize on the nature-based solutions, and for us as a country, focusing on enhancing our ecosystem restoration program. Which it is important also to note that our president, being the host president of UNEA-6, happening right in our country, will also, as the head of state and government's coordinator for the region, the African region on climate change, he will be present at the UNEA-6. And we are hoping that we will have other heads of state joining in, and His Excellency the President will be there on the 29th on the high-level opening day, and on the same day we will also be engaging in line with the established UNEA tradition. We will be hosting a reception for all the delegates, and I'm sure as we stand at 3,000. I know that by the time we are closing next week, we will hit the 5,000 mark. And I'm pleased to note that we have set up an interministerial team to support UNEP and all the organizers of UNEA-6 to make sure that we are going to have a very seamless movement of delegates, that we are going to have a very seamless, all the logistics that need to go into making UNEA-6 a major success. During the entire duration of UNEA-6, there will be a showcase of Kenya's rich cultural heritage, climate action potential, and touristic offering to visiting delegates at the venue. And we thank UNEP for facilitating the setting up of a Kenya House at the venue. I guess that comes with being the privileged host of UNEA-6. UNEA-6 will, without doubt, be an intense week of many related activities, including bilateral meetings and hundreds of side events. I encourage media to keenly follow the conversations and report the outcomes of this meeting. As the host country, we look forward to the outcomes, and I said, to very sharp resolutions, and I will be actively participating with colleague ministers, and I'm happy that we have 70 confirmed, and I'm sure we will have more, to make sure that we pull together to enhance the solutions that are badly needed to respond to the triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss, and pollution. With those few remarks, I will stop there, and looking forward to more engagements. Thank you.